That's the beauty about trading pool, because you can trade without that negative energy that we traders have, which is we cannot accept that we are losing. We cannot focus on our strategy because the money is the most emotional thing that we have.
So basically, when you limit your risk or don't have a risk when you trade and not focusing on the money wise, like you said, you actually can focus on the real stuff, basically executing right, risk management. Welcome everybody to another Funded Trader of Trader Pool. Today, John is with me, a new funded trader with $20,000 of buying power that he traded. How are you doing? Thanks for coming.
Hello. Hi, Michael.
So let's start from the beginning, because you did a few attempts, right? You tried few attempts of the evaluation until you passed, right? Let's talk a little bit about that, and then we'll dive into your trading. How was it like?
I had one attempt, and I was feeling super comfortable the first 3 days, and then I was not taking serious, to be honest. And then I slowly blew up the account. Then I start again. I have 2 bad days, and then I focus and start taking serious, because if this is what you want, you have to take serious, at least as a business.
Yeah, 100%. And this is something that always repeats itself. But I see it happening with other traders, either getting used to maybe the platform, tweaking their strategies, or also the focus part, as you mentioned. You got to do it like it's real.
Exactly. If you are here just to play with the software, just to play with you or with your emotions, you will not be able to pass it.
So how long you been doing that? How long you been trading?
I've been trading since 2017.
Oh, so that's enough time to get experience. So up until today, did you trade it on your personal account with a broker?
Yes. I have interactive brokers and some others brokers as well. And I've been trading since 2017, been profitable since 2019.
Very nice. So how does it feel to go from your personal account, risking your own money, and not doing that on Trader Pool?
Yeah, that's the beauty about trading pool, because you can trade without that negative energy that we traders have, which is we cannot accept that we are losing. We cannot focus on our strategy because the money is the most emotional thing that we have.
So basically, when you limit your risk or don't have a risk when you trade and not focusing on the money wise, like you said, you actually can focus on the real stuff, basically executing right, risk management.
For me, it's just like do it like a video game or something like that. You just have to play the playbook and follow your rules, and then you will make it. If you can do it. If not, maybe you have to try again.
Yeah. So let's, because you said you have a lot of experience, so let's talk a little bit about that. Take us, the guys that listening right now, take us from your beginning until you find your niche, you find your rhythm, and then, the process that you went through.
Okay, so I started like everyone with penny stocks, and I still trade penny stocks, but not that often. And then I was seeing in 2017, I remember BPTH, which was like trading at maybe $2 and went to 80 something dollars in a day. And then I blew my first account, $500. I blew it immediately. And then I started searching a lot and came across with the bigger caps. I like to trade like Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, the Max 7. I like to trade that. Yeah, they are slower, they are safer, and I can predict easier the patterns there. Actually, it's much easier for me to trade. I like to trade penny stocks. I like to short it with Tradable because we don't have to borrow shares.
All right. So the thing about that you like, I'm going back to the large cap, right? The Nvidia, the Tesla that you like to trade. You said it's easier to find the patterns.
Yes. For me, it's easier. Sometimes you have that period, like 2 weeks ago on the second week, January 2025, this year.
Yeah.
We have that that week, which nothing moved, just ranged. Everything was ranging. The bigger caps. That is a very stressful time for me because I cannot predict it. If I do like to trade breakouts, I said it. I like to trade breakouts, and you go for a breakout, stock doesn't break out, you go for the next one and just range, and you will be trapped like 10 times if
Yeah.
you don't follow your playbook.
Yeah, that's for sure, especially when it comes to a ranging a day or a period of time when the market is ranging. Breakouts won't work so easily. In those cases, when you understand there is a range day or a period of time, do you looking for a different strategy? Are you trying more pullbacks, reversals?
Just try to find a good reversal, or just try to focus on a penny stock reversal.
Okay. So yeah, it is important to have at least two strategies in your arsenal in order to navigate between different times and different market times, basically. Nice one. So John, I'm gonna jump into your hub and show the guys at home how it looks like. For those of you not familiar, we basically have a hub for each trader. So his own dashboard or her, and you can track your stats and see the progress. We are looking at right now the $20,000 buying power that John traded, profit target that you need to reach, max loss, and daily pause, and some other stats here. Very nice one, 66% success rate. This is mostly when you traded breakouts.
Yes. Usually I do like to trade breakouts, and I like to give it break even as fast as I can. Put break even, because usually what I see is if the breakout happen, the stock will continue to go up. That's why I like to try and to trade the trends as well.
Yeah.
So the stock usually when it goes up, it goes up. If it reverses and stops me out, that's okay. Probably that's not a trade. That's not the breakout I want.
Yeah, and the fact that you put in your stop loss into break even fast also give you that extra for success rate. Because a lot of the time on breakouts, you in most cases you want to have higher success rate, right? A lot of the breakouts are fail. So, but when you put it on break even, definitely it works. And but your risk reward ratio is a bit lower than normal, let's say. How do you plan to attack it on your funded account?
I will just focus on that, on my two strategies, because in this challenge, I made a few mistakes on the beginning. As you can see, I went from 0 to almost 700, I believe, minus 700, and then I started progressively go up. I have a very good day. When I have a good day and I make a cushion on that day, I usually get more aggressive. That was a very good day. But obviously my strategy played the last 4 days, exactly from 11 February to, I believe, 15.
So it took you
Yeah,
like 2 weeks to pass, yeah.
exactly.
Or
In the
2 weeks.
beginning, I was not following the rules, to be honest. Yeah.
And this is why you saw this drawdown, almost terminated the account. The max loss on this account is 900, you reached 700 almost. And yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned the cushion, because a lot of the times traders at the beginning on the evaluation trying to be very aggressive, but you actually need to do the opposite. You start
Exactly.
small, build in that cushion, and then you can become a little bit more aggressive.
Exactly.
A
You
nice
just have
one.
to be very careful.
Looking a bit over your trades, I see a lot of
You can see the
NVDL,
events.
Baba, Apple, TSLL. So like you said, it's a lot of big names, stocks that in most cases will be on the radar, and there is a lot of volatility.
For me, at least, they are very predictable. I trade TSLL and NVDL because they are led ETF.
So do you remember the trade that you made here on the on TSLL?
Yes, I do remember. Actually, before I made that trade, I was on Baba for the reversal because Baba kept like 15%, I believe, that day, and I was just keep pushing my break-even point a bit lower. I was shorting a bit lower, and then I got stop out. But finally it went to my target and I would complete the challenge with that trade. But then I saw Tesla for the break of, it was 350, yeah, for the breakdown of 350. And then it just braked immediately. I got my target and then it just pulled back.
Amazing. You were quite aggressive there on
Yeah, on TSLL.
TSLL. 1,000
Because
shares.
I had a very good cushion, and for me I said, or I get like minus 100 for the day, or I will be able to complete the challenge. Sometimes you have to play with the odds.
Yeah, that's for sure. As long as you keep the risk management correct.
It's awesome because you have the 300 stop.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how you handle your profit. How do you take your profit basically on any given trade? There are certain rules, or how do you do that?
Usually I want to play everything for 1 to 3, 1 to 4 is not what is there on the trading terminal, because you are seeing 1 to 0.8 risk to reward. But usually I'm taking trades that I know that can go to 1 to 4 risk to reward, because I have set the important levels and I like to play with that. If the trades are just 1 to 1, I will not take it, because usually you'll never get that 1 to 4, 1 to 3, but you have to play with that to have that cushion. For me, it's a cushion when I see trades like that.
And when you say you're not gonna take a 1 to 1, or you're looking for 1 to 4, what does it mean exactly? I mean, you're looking at the chart.
I'm looking at the chart. For example, let me think. Apple no. Let me just pull a trading view chart.
Yeah.
So I can remember exactly the numbers. Yes. For example, Apple on Friday the 14th, the February, I saw the break of 242, for example, 242, and I do know that if it runs, it can go to 250 or 245 at least. And that for me, it's a very good trade, because I can get my stop very tight and play with that breakout of 242. And if it go to 245, that would be a very good trade. That's an example. And that day, actually, it went to 245 exactly. It went to 245.
And this is because of the liquidity levels that you're looking for?
Exactly, that liquidity level, that psychological level. Usually the bigger caps trade like that. They go from one level to another very easily. For example, if it breaks 240, maybe it will go to 245, and if it breaks 245, the next level will be 250.
Okay. So yeah, tons of range that you can trade there. Exactly. Amazing, John. It was a great one, and I'm sure the guys that listen really enjoyed that as well. Maybe before we finish here, 2 more questions that I want to ask you. One is, you tried a few attempts as you mentioned, and then you passed. How was that feeling?
Yeah, for me, my girlfriend was with me, and I was just, yes, finally. Yeah, that's a very good sensation. And now I have to just play slowly, as you said. Start slow and just follow the rules. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
And for the guys that listen in, maybe just started the evaluation, right? What will be the one tip that will get them to the next level?
Yeah, for me is just accept your loss, because sometimes I do not can accept my loss, but that's one thing that I have to change. Accept your loss, cut risks immediately. If the stock starts to go against you, just get out. There's no point in being there.
So mostly fixing your stop loss or your risk, like you said, break even very fast. So you rather have higher success rate, maybe a little bit lower risk reward.
At least I'm following my rules.
Nice. Amazing, John. I appreciate the time. And for the guys that want to check us out, go to tradeapool.com. Hopefully you will be the next interview, and we'll be in touch. Best of luck.